All right, let's tackle this problem. So we're first going to have this ZrOOH2, and it's going to turn into Zr. And then we're also going to have this SO3 2- that turns into SO4 2-. So let's zoom in and look at these overall charges. So we know that hydroxide, which is our OH, is a -1 charge, but we have 2 of it. So that's going to be a -2 over here. And we know that oxygen is always a -2, so that's another -2, meaning we have -4. That means that this whole molecule, right, has a 0 charge because it doesn't have any number up here telling us that it has something else, right? So this is a 0, it's just neutral, meaning that this Zr has to be a +4 for it to balance out and make this whole thing 0. So our Zr over here is going to be a +4. And then on this side, it's by itself, so it's just going to be a 0. So we're going from 4 to 0, meaning we are reducing. This is going to be our reducing reaction. And then in this one, we've got 3 oxygens, and we know that oxygen is a -2, so that means we've got -6. But this whole molecule has a -2 charge, so we need this sulfur to add to -6 and give us -2, right? So what number plus -6 gives us -2? It's going to be 4. So we're going to have a 4+ charge. And then on the right-hand side, we have 4 oxygens, and those are all -2, giving us a -8, but an overall charge of -2, meaning that something plus -8 has to give us -2. So the sulfur on this right-hand side has to be a +6 charge. And in this case, we're going from 4 to 6, so we're increasing. So this is going to be our oxidation reaction. So now I'm going to rewrite these. We know that we're going to have ZrOOH2, and in this case we have +4, and we're going to 0, meaning that we need to add 4 electrons to this side. And that turns into our Zr. And in this one, we're going from SO3 2-, and we're going from a 4 charge to a 6 charge, so this right-hand side needs 2 electrons. Now we want to balance out our charges on both of these, so I'm going to do these in orange. On this side, we have a 0 right here, and then a -4 right here, because we've got those 4 electrons. And on this side, we have a 0. So we're going from -4 on the left to 0 on the right. So how can we make this right-hand side equal? We need to add 4 hydroxides. That would give us a -4 on the right-hand side and a -4 on the left-hand side, so perfect. Now for this bottom one, we've got a -2 over here, and then we've got a -4 over here, because we've got 2 electrons and then this 2- over here. So we need to add 2 hydroxides to this side. So we're going to do 2 OH- to this side. Now we need to make sure that our hydrogens are balanced. So I'm going to rewrite these down here to be a little neater. We've got this ZrOOH2 plus 4E minus turns into Zr plus 4OH-. And we have 4 hydrogens on this right-hand side, but only 2 hydrogens on the left-hand side. So we need to add 1 H2O to this side. So I'm going to do it in pink. We're going to do H2O to this side. And then for our other one, we've got SO3 2- plus 2OH- turns into 2E- plus SO4 2-. In this case, we have 2 hydrogens on our left-hand side, but no hydrogens on the right-hand side. So we're going to add 1 hydrogen as well. Oops, I'll do it in pink. And the last step is making sure that our electrons are balanced within both of these. So in here we have 4, and here we have 2. So to fix that, we're going to multiply this whole thing by 2. I'm going to rewrite that. So we have 2 SO3 2- plus 4 OH- turns into 4 E- plus 2 SO4 2- plus 2 H2O. And now when we go to rewrite all of this together as one thing, we're going to have some molecules and things cancel out with each other. So I'm going to highlight those in purple. So we're going to have 4 OH- on the left-hand side, that can cancel out with this 4 OH minus that's on the right-hand side. And then we've got 4 electrons that can cancel out with each other. And then we've got 2 H2Os on the right-hand side and 1 H2O on the left-hand side. So we can get rid of that 1 H2O, and this is just going to turn into 1 H2O on the right-hand side. When we go to rewrite all of this, we get ZrOOH2 plus 2SO3, 2 minus, turns into 2SO4, 2 minus, plus Zr plus H2O. And that is our balanced